think of the hat? Is it me? Nah, I didn't think so either. I mean, I never have been much of a hat person. But my boss here at the station, you know, Attila, the program director, he told me that I was going to have to start covering up when I'm on the air. I don't get it, but he is the boss, and I am only following orders. So welcome back to Movie Macabre, the show that's sort of like the elephant's burial ground. This is where they all come to die. Tonight's little grabber is one that starts out with a real scary title. It's called The Crucible of Horror. That's the good news. Now for the bad news. That's where the scary ends, with the title. But, you know, what the heck? What better way did you have to kill the next couple of hours? Besides, I'm always good for a laugh. See what I mean? Good for a laugh. So stick around. It's Crucible of Horror. Another Movie Macabre biggie coming at you right after the commercials. Maybe something with a feather?
Nope.
Well, tell you what I'll do. I'll answer the door and she can put on this lice-infested wig and stand here and explain what the heck this movie's all about. Okay, it's the movie. But where's the macabre? I mean, you got your basic super dad, who's very big on bicycle seats and likes to wash his hands a lot. And you got your neurotic mom there, who stays around the house all day with her paint-by-numbers kit. And your happy-go-lucky teenage daughter and the older son. Sort of like watching an old episode of Father Knows Best. That's what I say, anyway.
I'm not bloody interested in what you should say.
Hey, no need to get testy, dear. Oh, and forget about wearing my wig. Hey, Bob, don't blow out those candles. Oh, that's better, thank you. Hey, what about that girl Jane? She kind of reminds me of my own darn self when I was a reckless teenager. Of course, I was never one to kiss and tell. Actually, I was more of what you call a goody-goody girl. Every time a guy kissed me, I went, goody-goody. Oh, what fond memories of youth. And who'd have thunk I'd end up like this? Back to the movie after this break. Hey, Bob, don't blow out those candles. Oh, that's better, thank you. Hey, what about that girl Jane? Kind of reminds me of my own darn self when I was a reckless teenager. Of course, I was never one to kiss and tell. Actually, I was more of what you call a goody-goody girl. Every time a guy kissed me, I went, goody-goody. Oh, what fond memories of youth. And who'd have thunk I'd end up like this? Back to the movie after this break. Hey, sister, I'm glad to hear you're not joking, because joking is what I get paid to do. Maybe not very much, but it's the only gig I got, okay? Now, why does Jane seem so taken aback at the mention of bumping off the old man? I mean, you already saw her pouring some kind of acid into his spritzer bottle. Or wasn't that scene supposed to have anything to do with anything? I tell you, sometimes a foreign movie will get lost in the translation. But this one lost something in the translation, just going from English to English. Well, let's see what diabolical plan happens after these words from our sponsor. Oh, well, boy, the suspense is really starting to mount, by golly. Won't be long now before something happens. Boy, you know, at times like these, I don't even want to cut away for a commercial break.
Why don't you find it important?
Well, yeah, you gotta have commercials to pay the bill. Everybody knows that, but I just thought if we skipped the break this time, I'm not saying we would, but if we did, of course I realize we can't, so we won't, but if we would...
Did you say you would or you wouldn't?
I'm just thinking out loud. Just go to commercial, go ahead. Well, I'll give that neurotic housewife this much. When it came to trying to reconcile the marriage, she gave it her best shot. Okay, so she missed and hit the ceiling. What do you want? It was an untimely finish for dear old Dad, if you ask me. He didn't get to hear the rest of that stupid record he was so intent on listening to. And he never got to read that book that Jane enjoyed so much. What was that author's name? Something like Mark Sade, or Marky Sade, as they like to call him. Untimely finish. Well, okay, more family fun in a minute as Crucible of Horror continues on Moving Macabre.
I'll make myself believe he did it.
Believe it, girl. Go ahead and make yourself believe whatever you want. As for me, I'm having a hard time swallowing it. Just like your nearly departed dad had a hard time swallowing whatever that stuff was you guys were trying to force down his throat with a funnel. No, I don't think he's as dead as he ought to be. And boy, is he ever going to be upset when he finally comes around. Not only did his wife and daughter try doing him in, but they also went and gave the Salvation Army his favorite pair of brown wingtip shoes. And just remember, Jane, no letting that guy kiss you on the stoop. Or for that matter, any other part of your anatomy. Now, who the heck could that be? Hello, Elvira, mistress of the dark. Who is this?
Well, you don't know me, but I know you. I mean, I've seen you. I live just down the road, the cottage with the brown gate, you know?
Oh, sure. I think I know who you are. Are you the guy who always wears the green shirt and likes to go around with your hand on your head? What do you want?
I don't suppose it'll happen, but I just thought we might go out.
No, I don't think so. Most of my time's kind of taken up these days, answering fan mail and stuff.
Wait a minute, something the matter with me or something?
Well, to tell you the truth, dear, I don't care much for guys who go around with axle grease on their face.
Hello?
The Poseidon Society wants you to spend your money on the living, not the undertaker. Yes, the Poseidon Society offers a low-cost alternative to the high price of funerals. Crank up the organ, Morgan. Now, I'm not just talking about your run-of-the-mill burial at sea. No, sirree. Take, for example, our 21 gun salute special. Our well-trained staff of experts will handle your dearly departed with dignity and care every step of the way. The caskets we provide are hardly what you would call pretentious. Pre-shrunk, one size fits all. And for added saving, our staff doubles up as pallbearers. Or as with the case of these two gals, Paulette bearers. A little pallbearer humor there. Your loved one will be transported to the water's edge by means of our economy hearse, there to be commended to the deep. Yes, our motto is, we send you off with a splash. That's the Poseidon Society. Call now for more information. No salesman to bug you once you sign on the dotted line. Well, this movie didn't exactly end on what you call a happy note, did it? For that matter, it didn't exactly end. More like it just kind of ran out of film, you know? I can just hear the cameraman talking to the director right now. Hey, boss, we're almost out of film. Oh, that's okay. We shot enough. We'll just call it the end. Now, for that scraping sound you might have been hearing all night long, well, it's the bottom of the barrel. That's how we came up with this one. But in the words of Liz Taylor and Shelley Winters, it's all behind us now. Next week is another week, and it's also my opportunity to make good on what I dished up this time around. Won't you just give me one more chance? You won't be sorry, she says with her fingers crossed. I wasn't supposed to read that part. Well, I know you'll all be back, and I'll see you then. So until then, here's that kiss-off you've been waiting for all night long. Until then, unpleasant dreams.